Sir.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
We back.
Welcome to Boastful. We back.
Back,
Zam,
baby.
baby. It's Table, baby. You're rocking with the best podcast in the game,
Let them
baby.
know. Let them know.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes.
Nail over here. Y'all know what it is. Come on.
All right, man. Today we're gonna talk about financial literacy and freedom and what wealth truly means for your family. So I'm gonna start off just by, giving y'all like a little introduction and you know, ask a few questions like I always do.
Yep,
All
yep,
right.
yep.
But let's talk about it.
All right.
Like the
In the
black
black
man.
culture, wealth extends beyond mere financial access and encompasses a broader concept deeply tied to a family and community well-being. It's about achieving financial freedom and using that freedom to empower future generations and strengthen the community as a whole. Um, Basically, the way I look at it, you know, we be denied a lot of things like access to education, high-paying jobs. It's a and that it contributes to a wealth gap for us,
It does.
you know, and that's where poverty comes in that. And sometimes we're not able to. I'm not gonna say we're not able to come out of that. It's it's harder, you know, and some people don't have that get up and go to pull their family out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes they feel down on themselves. They don't have the community around them to embrace them and uplift them, support them with their dreams, like we was talking about that in episode 5. Um, it's a lot, and that's why I say take a community to build anything. You know,
It does.
when when we said back in the day, it take a village to raise kids. It does.
Yeah.
It also take a village for us to grow too. That's the part we missed. We just talk about it take a village to raise kids. It take a village for us to grow as a community.
Exactly.
Like communities don't grow if you don't pour into them. And
Right.
we touched on that before
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
of episodes ago about pouring into that community and just making the people in the community feel good.
Right.
I feel like there's no way for us to get to any type of financial freedom or anything if when you talk about financial freedom, people just think that you're talking about like paying off all your bills.
That's not
Like
financial freedom.
that's what they think about when you say financial freedom. Man, it's way deeper than that,
It is.
you know. And financial literacy, like this is like a totally different thing. It's just not you talking about numbers or how much you got in your pocket. Like you can't get nothing in your pocket if, you know, you have those gaps there, you know.
Right.
Like it's a big difference when somebody make 200,000 versus somebody that make 50,000, you know. That's a wealth gap. How did they get there? Because it's not just about that person is there because they're smarter than you. They got a leg up somewhere in life that got them to that point. Now we can sit here and be biased and say all we want. Oh, it's there because that person lazy and that person went and got it. That's not the case all the time.
No, it's not.
Sometimes some people don't get the same shots in life as the next person.
Right.
That's just the bottom line. You know, let's look at the school systems. Look at the curriculums. The school I went to versus let's say a school like it's one of these big schools out here. School your mom went to Cass Tech. It's a big difference in the curriculum.
Huge.
Like though, like you can't even get into those schools if you don't have a certain GPA.
Right.
You my school, you going there automatically because that's a community school. Like you come from here, you look, you going there. You're not going to West Special. You're going right there. Now, granted, those things don't change now because our school is up a little bit, but it was different back in time.
Right.
And plus, you know, we didn't have everybody talking to us about, oh, you need to take this class, and that class so you can get into college. You know, it got talked to. You got
Also,
you talked about that if um you went and asked about it,
right.
Yeah.
Do y'all have those?
or if your grades was up to par. Like if you was just there, you was just going through the motion, this and that and other, and just trying to get a C in your class, like most people was doing.
Mm,
They wasn't finna talk to you about that.
Yeah, that
right.
was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and again, even though you might hear people talking to you about this around at home and stuff, but
mm,
we didn't take that serious. Like, let's be honest. A lot of us didn't take that serious.
I just wanted they
And you
ball.
seen, yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
get that C just to be
Play
playing.
ball, run track,
Facts.
chase a girl.
You know,
That's it.
Nobody cared about that other stuff,
Nah.
but it was important though.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't know. That's why it goes back to like household thing. You don't know those things if it's like it could be pushed on you, but like if it's not,
If it's not registered,
yeah, it gotta register, and also it's like it starts with the community too. Cause if only your parents saying it, bro, you're gonna be like, ah, nah. But if other people
exactly.
saying
That's
that
what I'm
shit,
saying.
bro,
Like a lot of kids do not take their parents when they get to a certain age, unless that kid is like really in tune with their parent and like they really just want to be like their parent. Like this is my superhero.
yeah,
I wanna go to work with you. I wanna see everything you doing.
yeah.
Unless it's like that, that kid really not paying attention.
But things
And
change
something
though.
else don't caught
They are.
their eye outside,
Yep.
you know.
Things change because it's different. It's the community you're involved in. It's what you see every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. A lot of kids don't go to work with their parents every day, so they're
Mhm.
not seeing what they're doing. And then sometimes when they find out what they're doing, they may that stuff may not interest them, so they start venturing out and trying to find other stuff. So it's like community helps. Community wealth is important. Community, like what is it? Community like inspiration or like those things. Those things are very important. And if you're involved in a negative environment, negative community, it's gonna pull you down. It's gonna cloud your vision. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
that,
Yeah, but
that's how you become less. You be less prepared for things because of that household.
Mm-hmm.
It just go back to what I said last episode: lack of preparation.
yeah.
I
All
do.
right,
My bad. Go ahead.
let's jump into the topic because we're not gonna just because we talked about a lot of that on the last episode.
Right.
So let's jump into um breaking the cycle of poverty and empowering education. What how do you break that cycle of poverty? Like what do you think? But let's talk about it from a financial literacy point. What do you think it take to break that cycle of poverty from the
Teaching.
financial side?
I
I
like
feel like
you
first we
think
have to teach financial literacy. We have to understand what financial literacy is.
What is it to you?
To me, I feel like financial literacy it has two segments in a way. Like
What's that?
financial literacy, it can be taught by like one you got one side you talk about saving and like what you were talking about, like what's in your pocket and stuff like that, like just managing your money. But that's not the only part of it. Like the other part is I think it's like investing and stuff like that and building your money, making your money work for you. Is that that's what I think, but I feel like there's more to it. So
I agree with you on that because most people don't know how to put up and
mhm,
put money to the side to build something different for themselves.
right,
So they just spending money and not even got nothing to build off. No building blocks to build up.
right.
The foundation is just weak.
So y'all hit it on the head. I mean, it's finances, saving, investing, and building assets.
Assets, yeah.
But how do you teach that in the black community? Because I'm not gonna say that some people don't know it. You got some people that be on it,
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
know about
definitely.
it.
Definitely.
But I'm talking to the ones that you know, you out chat, you got a light bill, and
You gonna go buy them J's?
them J's coming out.
What's it?
You know, It's Friday. You finna turn up because it's Freaky Friday at the club.
Yeah.
Thirsty Thursdays, you there?
Mhm.
You need a fresh fit for each one.
bro.
That light bill hitting for 255, 300.
Shit, and it's 100 to get
And
in.
you don't want to spend it. You don't want to spend it. You eating the wings for lunch. You know you ain't got. You eating the wings,
Ain't like y'all coming at me.
You fried,
huh?
I feel like y'all coming at me.
I ain't coming at you, but I mean, the
bro.
shoe fit wet. That what you be doing?
So hey, I gotta feed myself. I be hungry.
You gotta feed
Bro, you be
yourself.
at a Freaky Friday, bro.
No, I ain't
Thirsty
saving that
Thursday,
day.
man. No, I'm just playing.
I've been.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, let's take it back. Everybody can always talk about wanting to make it, you know, but you got to put that work in if you're gonna actually make it and do something. Like, you can't be up here, man. You
Mhm.
know, you know how much a check be. Let's start right there. Everybody got common sense. You know, you know how much your bills is a month. You know this going into the month. You know what you make. You know how much you got left over. But sometimes you're like, oh man, I deserve it. You know, I don't work hard and this and that and the other. I deserve to go treat myself. You can't treat yourself if you're gonna be outside. If your light gonna be off.
This one thing.
You can't go buy no Jordan if you know it's not in the budget.
Facts.
Especially if you missed a few days.
Yeah. You can't go eat no steak when you know you need to be eating that pork chop. You know? Cause that pork chop cheaper.
Hamburger helper.
Hamburger help. Ramen noodles if you got it.
For real.
But not too much
Ain't no
though.
fake it till you make it.
Facts.
It take words from
You
noodles.
gotta struggle first, bro.
Yes,
Like,
it's
literally.
all about being disciplined. Right? You have to
Fruit.
be disciplined with your finances, and like anybody can invest.
Mm-hmm.
You might not be able to invest what the other ones doing, but you got to start somewhere. You
Right.
know, even if it's putting, if you're serious about it, even if it's putting $10 to the side, $20 to get you where you're trying to get. You know,
Facts.
you find what area you're supposed to be in, and you stay in that lane until you get to where you're trying to go.
I teach somebody how to invest if they would never talk to invest.
What you
I put
mean,
money to the side. I put like for you.
bro? That's
I know it's common sense, but it's like
you
something.
go to work, you get a job. Let's be real. You get a job, you go on the job. Do you know exactly what you're about to be doing when you get there?
Hell no.
You got to train, right? That's
Right.
the same thing.
I feel like, do you mean when you
The
say
same.
learn how to invest, do you mean like what to invest in, like what stocks to invest in or something like that? Or like whether it's like basically fully how to invest. Like,
Invest in general, anything like invest to save for something, invest to like put into something that's gonna help you be
oh,
successful.
okay, okay,
I feel
okay.
first you have to learn how to save. If you're not a disciplined person in saving, you have to learn how to save first.
Yeah, you can't invest if you don't know how to save. That's it. Because
And
what
like
you
learning how to save, like you can teach yourself how to do that, even if that's just you, like doing the simple thing. Like if you a person that like cash, you taking it, you hiding it in the mattress or something, and forget about it.
facts.
Is you get yourself disciplined, or you open up a savings or something where you don't have access to it, where you can transfer funds whenever you feel like it, or you got a card to swipe or something. You put it in there, you forget about it. You let it grow.
And lock it in. Like you can't touch it to a certain amount.
Yeah, because you think about it, it's look at it like this. If you got a 401k at work, you got money going into that. Do you touch that money?
Mm, mm.
Okay, so if you're disciplined in doing that, see, that's what I'm saying. Like people, like you have to make them do stuff. Like that's the way of making you save money, like a 401k.
Right.
You know, you forget about that because you're really not getting it anywhere. Like you see it, but it's gone.
Yeah,
You know, that's the same thing as having a savings.
I
You
feel
can
like
do that with a savings. Like you can take it and put it to where it automatically go in there from your check. You don't touch it; it goes straight there, and then your other check go to the checking account. Like that's
mm,
called being disciplined. You know.
I feel like what stop people from saving money and investing as well and being disciplined is like FOMO. Like people have and FOMO, if y'all don't know what it is, it's fear of missing out. But like people have a fear of missing out on like things weekly. Like say we was talking about the club and stuff like that, right? People hear their friends going out, they gonna want to go out and they gonna spend money that they don't got. Like you have to get rid of that first. Like you have to get rid of like wanting to keep up with everybody else. You gotta stay in your
Keeping up with
own
the
lane.
Joneses.
Yeah, bro. You gotta stay in your own lane. You gotta make a plan first, and you have to stick to it, bro. Like you can't be worried about what somebody's saying. Like, oh man, you lame. You ain't coming out this week. Oh man, you lame. Don't worry about it. You gonna make that money back. Da da da. But why are you working if you
But
just
that's
keep
the
on
dumbest
spending
thing
your
I ever heard in
bread?
my life when somebody said that you can make that money back. You're never going to make it back. That is money
Never.
gone that you're not going to get back.
Not if you making money, right? Say
You
you
make it
you
back,
made
that's
your
extra.
money. Yeah, you made it back. That could have been money that you had on top of the money that you already had. So it's like you spending money, you never gonna have it back, bro. Cause it's like you ain't gonna,
Like,
you not making it back. You like a hamster on a wheel. You
I
know what I'm
always
saying?
think of that sometimes when I be
Exactly.
spending money.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, I just left that alone. That'd have been more.
facts. Cause I know from
Discipline, bro.
experience. I used to tell myself that like, oh, bro, I'm gonna make it back. But it's like, bro, I'm not seeing that money no more, bro. Like I could have had this stacked up, and now I gotta go back to work and make it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you didn't put yourself back in the place where you started. And you're gonna keep doing that if you keep going out, you keep going buy this, buy that. Bro, all this stuff in the outside world, like all this stuff in the world is not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. The clothes gonna be there. The shoes gonna keep coming out. The food gonna still be made, bro. The clubs, they gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff is being invented every day. But realize that the stuff is being invented by people that done invested their money, they done saved their money while you keep buying their product. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
I had to learn that when I was younger. Like, you go hang out to go see 9 out of 10 times, same old people you don't see last week, the same lame people, you
Lame
know,
man.
and then these people not doing nothing for you, you know, like you doing all this, like you gonna throw on a however many dollars outfit, let's just say $500 outfit, just for a
Um,
female to tell you hi or them to give you their phone number that you probably not gonna never use. If you do use it, you just gonna have to take her out to spend more money.
Oh god.
She ain't doing nothing for you. You know, she ain't paying no light bill for you. Ain't paying no water bill for you. She ain't putting no gas in your car. She ain't cooking you no lunch. Like, what are you gaining? Like,
Nothing. You
man,
losing.
first though, who spent 500 on an outfit?
Taking
That's I
L's.
don't know.
plenty of people.
He's been he's been
So my thing is, you doing that. What is she doing for you? You know, like I don't get some guys. You know, I mean, like you going to go be with a female, right? Now I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it here for a second. I know I'm getting off topic, but I'm gonna take it here
It needs to be said.
because it's a part of financial literacy in a sense, and it's in the male community. My thing is, you may have a lineup, and even if you don't have a lineup, if you got one female, y'all not married, you know, y'all not doing nothing, you know, you constantly investing in this female. This female not investing in you no kind of way. She not investing in you mentally, spiritually, nothing, physically, financially, nothing. All you getting is to have her on your arm out in the public for a short time. Whether y'all eating out, y'all going to movie, y'all going to do something. My thing is, that's like buying a car. I don't want to purchase this car. This car $60,000. We lead a lot. I don't lost 20. I ain't getting that back.
No sir.
I keep this thing for a couple of years. I put 100,000 miles on it. Now this motherfucker breaking down. Excuse my language.
Real shit though.
I sell it or I junk it. They give me $500 for it. 1,000 if that. Not much money and time I done lost pouring into this vehicle.
a lot.
That's the same thing when it comes to a female in the sense that that female is not doing anything for you to help boost you up, boost your ego, make you feel like you can go out there and conquer the world, or investing in you financially like you're investing in her. Or if you hit a rough spot, she like, okay, baby, I got you. If she not doing that, then why are you here?
That's it.
How are you helping me financially?
Ah,
I told
bro.
like a girl at my job, like she thought I was joking and playing around, but like I feel like we need a transaction for transaction. Like, if I can't get something out of you, if I'm giving you money off rip
Yes.
for just meeting you, and I can't get nothing out of you before I give you this money, then what am I gaining? What I'm getting from this?
Yeah, and it don't have to be a physical transaction as far as for like money, but it need to be a transaction some kind of way.
Some kind
If
of
you're not inspiring me and trying to help me with my vision,
yeah.
if you don't see it, then why you here?
I feel like a lot of, and I've heard this so much, bro, when it comes to like the relationships these days. And I don't want to keep going on this topic, but like the first thing a lot of females say is like, "Oh, if you're not giving me money, then what am I here for?" You know what I'm saying? Or if you're not giving me this, if you're not giving me that, what am I here for? Like they label themselves as the prize immediately,
Not the price.
and that's not
Not the price.
real. That's not
Not the price.
logical. That's not accurate when it comes to relationships because it's like a relationship is a two-way street. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So it's like, why do you expect everything out of me if you're not giving me everything as well? Like, or why do you need this from me if you're not giving me something as well? You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Because
Y'all
who
become one. Guess what? That's one.
yeah.
So that means we the prize.
If I wanted that, I'd go to the strip club and throw my dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that boy talking. Ooh,
Like real shit, real though. Like think about it. Think about it.
okay, clap.
That's what you're doing. Like that's what you're doing in a different way. And I'm gonna put this out there because like I want a lot of guys to hear this. If you're investing in a female and she's not investing in you, you're going to the strip club. Literally.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing. Because a lot of dudes will go spend their money and then they'll take these girls out whoop de whoop and then they don't get nothing in return. And then they out.
I mean, they get a happy time, happy ending.
Yeah,
Half the time they ain't even getting no happy endings.
you do say. That boy got paper cheeks.
For real though. I ain't paying.
Oh my goodness. But no,
Like,
Gotta pay the fee to lay with me.
but no, like I'm like what the reason why I touched on that because like that's a part of financial literacy. Like
right.
you have to understand where you're losing money at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're losing money and time there. You know,
Right.
and a lot of people they don't look at it like that, but if you have to have a good time at a cost like that,
Mm-hmm.
then something's wrong with you mentally
That's facts.
because now you just have to be in the presence of someone and that's a problem.
It is.
You know, like if you have to have somebody around you constantly like that and you're indulging in relationships that's not coming back to you full circle, then you're losing money that you could be putting somewhere else.
That's true.
You're losing money and you're losing time, to be honest with you,
Time is your
because
most
you're not
valuable
gaining
asset.
anything from those relationships,
Yep.
you know. And eventually this they're gonna dispose. You're not gonna have them anymore because
Right.
that person is only there because of what you can do for them.
That's true.
What
They
you
don't really want
provide.
your company. Like
That is
they
true.
want what you can do for them, and that's it.
That
And
is
if you
true.
can't do that, then guess what? You know, it's either they're gonna start putting pressure on you, and it's gonna start to mess with you mentally and take
Mm-hmm.
you down as a person.
Yep.
You know, and it's gonna start to mess with your finances there. So
Bro.
you need to
You
dispose of those relationships
yeah.
if that person's not pouring into you as much as you pouring into them, and I feel like you need to dispose of that because they don't have to be pouring into you financially because some people they just don't have it.
Yeah.
But you have to be doing something for me,
But a
you
lot of
know,
times that's
something.
not what you need though. A lot of times, like, bro, as a man, you don't really need
No,
somebody to pour into you financially. You can do that yourself. You as a man, your main value, you are able to provide. So obviously if you can provide for somebody else, you can provide for yourself.
yeah,
But you have to be able to keep what I said. You have to be able to provide for yourself before you're able to take care of somebody else. And that's what a lot of males miss.
But it's
Like,
not all about me being able to provide for myself. It's just about you showing that appreciation.
yeah,
It feel good sometimes, you know. Man, you pick up the tab.
facts.
You invite me somewhere instead of me inviting you somewhere all the time.
Yeah,
You know, I don't care if it's just to get a cup of coffee. It's the
facts.
thought that counts.
It is.
If
Like,
you can't afford nothing about $7 to take me to Starbucks, hey, let's do it.
it's facts.
You don't got those kind of girls.
Because I'm not here for your pocket.
Facts.
Because honestly, if you pour into me, guess what? I can get to the. If I'm not there, I can get wherever I need to get just by you believing in it.
Exactly. Men need
And
their
that's what
flowers as
like
well.
like a lot of females don't understand that. You know.
Yeah.
They don't understand it because they got these other women that's out here glorifying men have to take care of this, they gotta take care of this, and they don't have to do nothing. They can just sit there. So it's like, where can we find that balance at? With, oh, you pay for this one time, and then next time, you pay for this. But we
Yeah.
can't get that because they can teach something else by these other influence, big influences, women that's out there
Mm-hmm.
with the kind of money of these type of men that provide for them. They want that right away, so when they get in a relationship, not knowing that man probably got stuff he take care of before he can actually try to.
Exactly.
Man,
Yeah,
the average dude, if and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. The average dude out here, if he rich, what in the hell he gonna want somebody that's not on the same level with him?
Exactly.
said this same thing
You
to
know,
this woman.
You
if you're
you
if
don't bring
you're
any
if
value.
you're broke, then what in the hell?
I'm sorry, but if I'm rich, I'm not talking to
This
no
like
bro
you're not
female.
even looking in that direction. Not granted, it may happen.
It can happen, but they have to bring something to the table that they really
Yeah,
value.
but again, you have to have something. You know,
Yeah,
it have to be something that catch that person's eye. Don't nobody want nobody. Why in the hell, if I'm rich, I'm gonna come get you if you just gonna sit up on my couch and just suck up AC?
for what?
You're
I
not
told
pointing to me, no thoughts, no nothing. I mean, booty is booty. Like,
that's what I told this girl at
like,
work.
like you can find an ass anywhere.
I told her like
I'm sorry.
once I get money,
Dog.
Sorry. If that's all you bring to the table, then I mean, come on, man.
Seriously,
And it's the same thing vice versa. If all you bring to the table is meat, then what the female want to do with you?
it's true.
If you think about it.
That's true. There's
Because even if
different
you don't have it,
values
if you're
that you
not
have
there
to
to
hold.
uplift them, to uplift that female and push her further in what she's doing, and then at the same time you gain something and
Right.
come equivalent or surpass her or whatever
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, then what she want to do with
Two-way
hold
street.
on,
you? And me gonna
Two-way
get
street.
old.
hold on. That's why I told
Buy
her
a dildo these days.
this man here,
You can
bro.
buy a
Real
pocket
shit.
pussy. You can buy all that.
That's why I told this grown woman at work. She 30 years old, and I was like, if you not gonna be with me from the bottom, we build together. I don't want you when I get rich. If I get rich, all I want to do is have sex with you, and that's all I want from you. Because I don't, you not providing anything for me.
Exactly.
It's just me providing. It's me coming with the money. It's me coming buying everything. Me giving you what you need. You not giving me nothing. So it's like, why would I want you when I get up there? If you're not gonna build with me from the beginning.
Man, here's how that
Uh,
works. The average dude, if he's rich and he don't have somebody with him already, a lot of the time they they really out here just playing. Like play with
exactly.
you for a little bit and then that's
Exactly.
it. You know,
You to the side.
because they got issues. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
and most of them
because
have trust issues.
that's facts. And it's because of the way a lot of females are operating these days. Like,
Yeah,
bro, a lot of females have more options than men, to be honest. Let's be real.
huh?
Because I said a lot of females have more options than men, to be honest. For real.
How you
Because
figure?
first off, it's easier for them. Like, and at the end of the
What's
day,
easier?
like just relationships in general. Like a lot of times they can be in relationships that don't have they don't have to bring anything to the table. Otherwise, like on our
Yeah, when
hand,
they're dealing with somebody stupid,
yeah. But a lot of times they have these men that's gonna pour into them and not expect nothing back.
it's not really them pointing to them. They're using them. Like
Yeah.
they
They
those.
gon'
It's like I told you, they have issues. They want females around that they can have sex with at the drop of a dime when they want to. And a lot of time, like you're not behind the scenes when they're dealing with these guys. Like a lot of those females, they go through a lot of stuff when they're dealing with those guys that got money. Because guess what?
yeah,
You're coming into my world and you're not bringing nothing. So you're gonna do what I tell you to do.
exactly. But
So we
why
look at it, we get mad when they have females with these guys, well, they have sorry about that, they have kids with these guys and stuff and this and that and other like that. But you know, oh trust me, they don't put in the work to get that back with they, because they're gonna be messed up in the head
I feel
and
that.
they'll never be right as far as for like relationship wise. They're not gonna be in a relationship, even if they get in one. They're not gonna stay in it because they messed up in the head
I feel that. But it's like, why do that to yourself? Why make it so hard on yourself when you could just go find somebody and build with them?
because they're stupid.
Like, it makes no sense. If you know,
They're stupid and they want everything. And excuse me for using that word, but I'm not saying stupid like that, but just the mentality behind it. You
mm,
know, they want everything fast. If you look at most females these days, they want everything fast. It's like the hot and ready pizza. They want everything fast. You know,
life don't work
they
like
don't want
that,
to
bro.
put in the work for it. You know, and you now I'm not taking away from these ones that's out here in corporate and doing their thing. You know, went to school and did their thing. But
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
talking about
everybody.
these ones that come in here. You know, they want to build these Instagram pages. They want to do that and they want to shake their behind and all that. They want to get it fast. It's hot and ready.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
Got OnlyFans.
it's not all of them.
yeah.
I'm just speaking to the ones that it's like, bro.
But 70%.
Yeah, it's a good percentage.
80.
75, 80. I'm just saying. But
But
go ahead.
but anyway,
Next topic,
yeah, we
bro.
could talk about
Next
that all
topic,
day.
bro.
But when it come down to what do you think about empowering education and community development and stuff like that? What do you think about that?
Empowering. Mm.
I think it's like
We.
going to neighborhoods where it's not as broad, like education is not as pushed as much,
Mm-hmm.
and
Lem-
trying to push it.
Well, let me
Not.
elaborate a little bit
Okay,
more.
I might be going off.
When I say empowering education, I mean wealth
Oh, okay.
often built through financial literacy enables investment in education, including funding scholarships, building schools, and providing educational resources that empower future black leaders.
Mm, okay. So a lot of this stuff, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this stuff is not taught in school due to and I don't want to say it's not it's because they don't want us to be successful, but like that's what it kind of comes down to. Um, we don't. It's not really taught. It's not really taught for us to be successful financially. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let me back up. Is it not taught, or is it that we're not doing our due diligence to find out about it,
Both.
Both.
and we not learning properly like we're supposed to because we not paying attention? Because I can say there are classes that's taught on that. You take economics, you take
Actually,
business management, you take
yeah,
classes like that.
you're
But
right.
are you paying attention, or are you not paying attention, or you just not taking the classes because that's just not for you?
You're right. I'm gonna say it's taught because school is school at the end of the day, and we're taking these classes, but a lot of times we're not taking them serious, and we're not understanding what they're really teaching us until we out of the class.
So where's the break now?
So basically, let's say how remember when you said we all have the same like in a previous episode you said we all have the same opportunity education wise because we all start here.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? So we all have the ability to take these classes, but remember how you were saying, oh, a lot of times we don't go the extra mile to find out about these college courses that we can take in high school and stuff like that. All that
Hmm.
those financial classes, they're teaching us how to build wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like I've taken economics classes, I've taken financial classes. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
did you learn anything?
I've learned, but not what I
Did you
was.
learn at that time, or you learn now?
I learned now. I didn't learn at that time.
Okay, so that's
So
my point.
that's exactly that's why I switched it. That's like okay, now I get what you're saying because I've had friends that took these classes and we didn't really pay attention like too much. Now, granted, I was passing the class, I knew what I was doing, but me taking that class, it did help me later on. You know what I mean? But it's like I feel like it is on us. I can't really say that we're right for blaming everybody else because we have these classes at our disposal. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We have these, this research at our disposal. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just in school. You can learn these things outside of school as well.
Yeah, that's what that's something I talk about, like, you know, providing educational resources
Right.
outside that. What are some things
So,
you think that can be done outside? So let's let's put it like this. Think about like high school. You know,
hmm
you got to pick your classes for that next semester. Do you think that, when it comes to the black community, certain things, especially like in bad neighborhoods, do you think things should be done as far as for like offering something over the summer that can, you know, be some type of creativity for these kids to widen their range of thinking and helping them pick the proper classes for that next school year to put them on track to be successful if they decide they want to go to college? You think those things will be a plus in the community or what?
I think it'll be a plus. You're saying like more, like provide
And
more
what can be
programs.
offered? Like give me like some examples, like just off the dome. Like what do you think are some things that can be done?
Some
You know,
events, like some events at at school, like during the summer, like some fun events, like showing the different classes and what's gonna be
hmm
taught in that class, so they can have an idea of what's gonna be done in that class, and they'll go from there, just seeing how it was done in there. If they like it, they'll pick that class for the next.
but how can we put a uh that's a good one. But how can we put a spin on it to make these kids visionaries about what they want to do? How can we pull that out of them, at an early age to where, you know, they getting started on the track where they want to be early? Like,
I feel like you
say for
gotta
instance,
let
like,
it be known. Like
huh?
you gotta, I feel like you gotta let it be known. Like you have to kind of put that in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Put that example in front of them as well. Like say like how it's the way you advertise stuff as well. Like kids, they like fun things. They like things that are
Something that
really
can hold their
appealing. You
attention.
have to make it appealing. You gotta hold
Of
their
course, you got to
attention
do that for
span.
some adults.
And it's like, and it's yeah, definitely. And you remember how you were just saying like these programs, like these summer programs, these summer like courses and stuff like that. Like
Well, there's summer
uh,
programs now, but how? I guess y'all missed my point.
mhm,
A lot of kids want to do content, you know.
mhm.
If a kid want to get into that, and their mind is on that, how do you bring it about to them to show them different avenues in this to where you can be successful and not only just, you know, being in front of the camera, you know.
Yeah, behind the
There's a
scenes
lot of
stuff.
stuff behind it, like
Yeah,
I feel like us as adults, we so quick to shoot stuff down and be like, "Oh, that's not gonna work." You know, dude, as engineers, as editors, as directors, there's management side of this. There's so many different sides, film, all kind of stuff
hmm
that you can get into that's very lucrative.
yeah,
There are people out here that's millionaires that's behind the camera,
hmm
and you don't even know they're walking around you every day.
yep.
you know, and we don't know nothing about it.
Well, that's because it's not those things aren't advertised until you get to a higher level. Like I didn't find out about
Exactly.
like
So that's my point.
you have
How
to.
do we get this out to these to these kids
I feel like you gotta put
for
it.
them to understand that it's more to it?
I feel like you got to put it there, like just how it is in college. You don't like so when you go to college and you leave out of high school and you're applying and you're picking your major and all that stuff. They lay it out on a table for you. They're like, okay, you got this major, you got this major, this you can get this type of job, you can get that type of job. Why don't we? I feel like we have to do that same thing in high school and in junior high and stuff like that. Like and we have to let it be accessible to all the students, not just the students that are in AP classes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's only you if you realize the normal students, you don't advertise everything to them like you do for the AP kids and stuff, and that's a problem. That's a huge problem in school, and that's why you have such thing as lower classes or lower grades and stuff like that. It's it's a different type of equality. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's how we need to make it known. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how we can change it. So what you can do is like just hypothetically, like put you can have these different programs, but make it accessible to every student. Don't just make it accessible to like certain programs are only broadcasted to like AP kids and stuff like that. That's why it's not known like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, question for you: do you think it's important to give out scholarships to the needy? When I say the needy, like
What do you mean?
let's say if you just giving a kid money to go to school, even though that kid don't have, that kid don't have a 3.0 or something like that, but he or she's very serious about going to school because we all know how it is when it comes to financial aid and you know being able to pay for school out of your pocket. You know,
It's
you
it's
ain't get no scholarship, you got a bill. Do you think it's important for us as a community to support those kids and even if it's just community coming together, scraping together to get that kid $1,000 or whatever, or 500, like whatever you can afford to just help out with that. Do you think that's important to be done to help support those dreams? I feel like it is. I feel like
absolutely
you know no man should be left behind.
facts.
I don't care if you can give $25 to the cause,
Mm-hmm.
or man, we quick to start a GoFundMe when you know
Exactly.
I feel like it just
when something need to be started or whatever. Like,
if they hungry for that type of thing, like they want to be, so they want to go to school, they want to be in that atmosphere of trying to be successful.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
But if you're not, it's like I, I want to. I'm not gonna support it, put no money into it because you're not taking it serious. So if
Exactly.
you're taking it serious and that's the route you want to go for real, and you want to go full throttle at it, then yes, I'm gonna support you and put money into it. And I feel like you should support that type of person that's in school, that's going from high school to college.
mm-hmm.
And I feel like that most of them people don't get that, and that's why they go into college and they paying these big old bills.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like that's very important, and also it'll I like what you said because it'll motivate that kid even more. Like, say this person wanted to go to college, but they felt like they didn't have the opportunity, and then boom, the opportunity comes out of nowhere from their community specifically, not from wherever, like financial aid or nothing, from the community. That's gonna give a kid a drive just to finish school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna think about this moment every time they're in school. They're gonna be like, "Oh, well, my community is the reason I'm in school." So they have something to fight for. They have something to make these type of grades for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? When this person make it, this person's gonna pour back into the
Into the
community. So
community. Yeah.
that's how that generational. You know what I'm saying? That's
Keep
how
that
like
circle going.
yeah, it keeps that circle going. So it's like that's what that made me think of when you said that. So I honestly think that's a good idea. Like we need to start looking into more things like this to do. You know what I mean? Like because I that's unheard of for me. I've never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? But
I thank you.
it's
Yeah,
helpful.
you don't gotta think about money while you in school and how you gonna pay this bill.
exactly.
You gonna focus on your education. That's how you gonna be successful. You gonna graduate from that school because you don't gotta worry about that money.
Well, it's just to know
Exactly.
that you have something and that they're giving you something or it's there already and it's going towards that balance. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it helps and it helps alleviate some of the pain and some of the stress off the mental
Facts.
because you know you got that going into that next semester or whatever, or however long it lasts,
Yeah.
whatever you got, you know,
You know that you
and
got a
somebody
chance.
helped you out. and you can possibly go back and get that same thing if you're doing what you got to do and you apply in the community, come out with it again.
Right.
You know, I feel like that's relief.
And when you're doing your thing, people are more likely to invest in you because you giving them a reason. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I
Like,
don't.
say if this person was going to school making A's and B's, but their people just don't have the money to fund them, or they just didn't happen to get a scholarship. If that community invests in that kid is gonna go do the same thing, if not better, in college. You know what I mean?
And I feel like that happened to me. I got to the high level, which is college,
Hmm.
and I got there, and I feel like I was pouring my everything into them classes,
Yeah,
and I feel like I was making all A's just to not afford the tuition and not
yeah,
be able to go to the next level
Yeah.
because I couldn't pay the tuition, so I got kicked out of the school.
yeah.
I felt disappointed. I cried. I even cried because I was like, man, this is my first time ever making all A's.
Right.
And I think I was doing good, and I felt like I wasn't being poured into. I wasn't getting no
I'm not
no
gonna lie.
chance.
And it happened to so many kids, man. Like you see it all the time, like kids talking about it, like how they struggle in college, like just coming up with the money, like it's not like it. Like you get all those classes and then you go up there just for them to tell you, oh, you got a balance. And, you know,
Exactly.
or even worse, you taking the class and then they hit you with it like right before you take your midterms or something. Be like, oh man, I'm sorry.
And
Like,
it's crazy because like this is the messed up part about it. It's because like financial aid and all that stuff, bro. They have the money to give. They just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real. We have the funding. You know
I
what I'm
don't think it's
saying?
that they don't care. It's a system that's set up in place. And if you don't meet the requirements, then you're not gonna get the money.
But do you think the system is because a lot of people say the system is set up for you to fail? Like, do you think that's
I'm
true?
I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah, like,
It is.
cause I believe the system. You're not meant to beat the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they try their hardest to like knock you off, right? But it's the fact that, but what's frustrating about it is the fact that like schools and stuff they be having the money to like let you get by, and they'll know that you're doing your thing, but it's like
Oh,
they're
you ain't
just
had the
not
money.
willing to do those
We can't
things.
support
Yeah.
Yeah, like how do you have the money to give out scholarships and all this stuff, and they'll give a scholarship to somebody that does not need it versus somebody that really needs it. You know what I'm
you,
saying?
and that's actually putting in hard work
Why
too.
would you not give a scholarship? Like, just this is just for the school. I'm not talking about sports or none of that. School. Why would you not give this person an academic scholarship if they're clearly making A's or making B's, A's and B's and stuff like that? They're meeting the requirements that y'all want. You know what I'm saying? This will make your school look good, but you'll rather bring somebody in that had a high GPA in college and they're just gonna go to school and they're gonna party and this and that, and then they're gonna flunk out by the second semester.
Well, I can't answer no questions, but yeah.
I made all A towards like the
It's
end of
real.
the spring semester. Like to get to the end and have those grades, and you still not.
Well, there's things that's set up in place for that. I mean, and like, yeah, like
That's why I
y'all
say it's
can't
smart.
blame people for things that y'all didn't do because I'm pretty sure y'all didn't fill out for, you know, um, scholarships and all these different things. So you gotta do your due diligence on that too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so you can't just point the finger at somebody just because, you know.
But I'm not trying to point the finger because like, I don't look back in the past. I don't like that's over. But it's like what I'm saying is
Well, you
like,
are in a sense.
huh?
I say you are in a sense. That's what you're doing right now.
I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying that just to make your point like very valid. Like the community investing in kids like this
Yeah,
and
I'm
kids
not
with
gonna
these
fault the
problems
school
would
because
be
the school is not a part of my community.
yeah. And that's why I'm saying like it'll be smart for the community to invest in kids like this and look
Yeah,
into stuff like that.
and I mean, I think that so two more things we're gonna touch on because we
Hmm.
short for time. Community development. Which basically mean investing in a community development project and real estate often facilitated by financial literacy, can revitalize neighborhoods and create thriving environments. Do you guys think that's true or not? And I mean, like investing, I mean, like supporting black businesses, like local black businesses that's in your community versus going to eat at the other big dogs, Popeyes and churches and stuff like that, supporting them
Yeah,
versus eating at like your local.
When we start doing that, we'll be more successful as a
Yeah.
community.
we definitely would like, cause these us it's a lot of restaurants and stuff, and a lot of just businesses in general that are black owned that have so much potential, but we don't support each other enough.
We
So
don't.
it's never that's why a lot of our businesses go out of like just they just go out because we don't support each other enough. Like everybody wants to be top dog, so it's hard for us to support each other. You
Yeah.
know? So
You always remember the other person's pocket. That goes back to that crab in the bucket
yep.
thing, Like, well, I can't let you get up and pull you by your leg. Pull you back down. Get
Seriously.
down y'all with me.
Seriously.
I ain't
And
making no money this month. You can't get nothing either.
it makes no
When you
sense
could have just
because
held
like
your hand out, and picked him up.
yeah.
Exactly.
It makes no sense because if we helped each other out, oh my gosh. Like we could do a lot. We could do exactly what we need to do. Like our culture in general would be on top. Like, and that's what a lot of people don't look at. Nobody's looking at the bigger picture. Everybody just wants for themselves. You know what I mean?
hmm
And you
Quick
just,
question, both of y'all.
Hmm.
What does a thriving environment looks like to you in a black community? If you had, if a perfect world, you know, you you going back, you got some money in your pocket now. You
Hmm.
going back to your old neighborhood. You're going to invest in it, and you want that to be a thriving environment. What does that look like? What are some of the first things you're going to change about that community?
I like.
the appearance of it,
Yes.
like the
Definitely.
outside, like if you see an abandoned warehouse turn into something that's gonna help the community. The
Yeah.
houses, rebuild the houses that's been molded and broken down, rebuild everything, like make the foundation stronger
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
than what it is, because
You,
it's broken. It's
yeah,
it's not fixed. It's just been bandaged poorly,
Yeah.
yeah,
and it's gonna eventually break apart. So let's build it back up. Let's make it look better.
all
Cut
right.
cut the grass around and everything. Stop making it
Yes.
look
When,
dirty. Make it look clean.
when you go into a neighborhood that you call poverty, in a sense, how does it make you feel if you're driving, you're going through that neighborhood, you're seeing these old abandoned buildings, you're seeing houses broken, you see kids outside, they're not up to par as far as for like they dress wear, cement crack everywhere, broken down cars on the side of the road. How does that make you feel as an individual? You know, coming from a type of environment like that, how does it make you feel? How does it mess with you emotionally?
Yeah. Definitely. Because like this is at the end of the day, that's our
Does
people.
it change? Does it change the way you look at life? Does it put you in a different type of mood at that moment?
Yeah.
It made me want better. It made me want different. I don't want to keep seeing
Yeah.
broken down stuff. I want to see stuff that's fixed. Everybody moving around.
It makes me want to do something about it. Like it makes me want to like make change. You know what I mean? And it also makes me grateful as well for like the things that I do have,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like where we like come from. You know what I mean? Those things can be changed. It's just
Mm-hmm.
that we don't have enough people to want to do that, or and people are scared. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of aggravates me in a way, and it makes you think about like older times, like way back when we had like so much structure like in our environment, and we had so much like everybody was working together at some point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like back in older times, we were all fighting together for something. Like we were either fighting for freedom or we were fighting for rights or we were fighting like we were all together. And now it's like everybody's spaced out just caring about themselves.
Mhm.
You know?
Real quick, how I make you feel? Yeah.
Like we should want and do better. Like we shouldn't want to keep living in something that's broken.
Yeah.
If you had to speak for the people in the community, how do you think that make them feel? As far
I feel like they want
people,
better, but they don't want to do better because, like he said, they're scared to want to do better.
It's either
Cause
scared to want to do better or they just don't, or they just feel like it's too much work and they feel like we can't do it. You know?
mm-hmm.
but
I feel like we can. I just
Yeah.
feel like we gotta work together at the end of the day.
gotta have that drive, that motivation,
Yeah.
and that willpower. They want to be
I
successful, want to be great.
I feel like it. I feel like most people that's there, they need to, they need fixing. They need to fix their mental to get any type of drive. And that comes with some type of therapy. You know, but we're gonna touch on that and close it on that note because the next episode we're gonna hit y'all with therapy for black men. So that's our time. He just tell them where you can reach us at.
Man, y'all can reach us at Boastful on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure y'all share. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time.
Tail out, baby.